The American economy has reached a moment of reckoning. After years of inflation, rising debt, shrinking savings, and growing uncertainty, millions of Americans are asking the same question. What comes next? The Trump 2026 economic vision claims to offer an answer, not through short-term stimulus or endless borrowing, but through a complete restructuring of how national wealth flows to the people. At the center of this idea is a radical shift in thinking. Instead of treating citizens as taxpayers alone, this vision treats them as stakeholders in the American economy itself. The proposal begins with what are being called Trump accounts, long-term investment accounts established for American citizens, particularly children, from birth.
Digital networks
These
to the
accounts
open
would be
ocean,
seeded with
global
initial
trade is the
government funding
lifeblood of the
and
modern
allowed to
economy,
grow over
with the
decades,
US at the
invested in
center.
productive
Welcome
assets
to the
rather
team.
than
We are so glad
consumed
to have you.
immediately.
Thank
The
you. I'm ready
logic
to
is
start.
simple but powerful. If wealth compounds over time, then the earlier ownership begins, the greater the impact. Rather than relying solely on wages, future generations would enter adulthood already holding a financial foundation, one built not on debt, but on national productivity. Supporters argue this could fundamentally change social mobility, education access, and long-term financial security. But Trump accounts are only
Taking
one
ownership
pillar
of
of the
your
broader
financial
plan.
future,
Another
one smart
controversial
decision
idea
at a
is the
time.
distribution of dividend checks, not as welfare, but
Welcome
as
to the
returns.
team. We are so glad
The
to have you.
concept borrows from
Thank you.
models
I'm ready to
used in
start.
resource-rich regions, where citizens receive direct payments from national profits. In this vision, America's industries, energy assets, strategic resources, and infrastructure investments would generate revenue that flows back to the public. Instead of taxing productivity to fund spending, the system aims to monetize national strength itself. Ports, energy production, defense innovation, manufacturing capacity, all
This is what
contribute
it's
to
all
a
about.
centralized national
Everyone
wealth fund.
together,
This fund would
celebrating our
operate
success.
similarly to a sovereign investment vehicle,
From digital
reinvesting
networks
profits
to the
and
open
distributing
ocean,
excess
global trade
returns
is
to
the
citizens.
lifeblood of the modern
This
economy,
approach
with the
challenges the
US at the
traditional
center.
economic structure. Rather than increasing taxes or printing money, it focuses on ownership. If the nation grows stronger, citizens benefit directly. If productivity rises, Americans receive dividends. It reframes economic growth as something people can feel, not just see on charts. Critics warn of risks. Managing such a fund requires discipline, transparency, and insulation from political misuse.
This is a
Poor
nation at
governance
a
could turn
crossroads.
long-term
As
wealth
the sun
into
rises,
short-term spending. Yet supporters argue that the alternative, endless debt expansion, carries far greater danger. Another key element of the 2026 vision is restoring confidence. Markets run not just on numbers, but on belief. The proposal emphasizes stability, predictable policy, domestic production, and reduced reliance on foreign capital. The goal
Taking
is to
ownership of
reposition
your
the United
financial
States
future,
not as the
one
world's
smart
borrower,
decision at a
but as
time.
its primary engine of investment. In this framework, America becomes less dependent on financial speculation and more focused on real output, energy, technology,
From digital
infrastructure, and
networks to the
human
open
capital.
ocean,
The
global
National
trade is
Wealth
the
Fund
lifeblood
acts
of
as
the
a
modern
buffer
economy,
against
with the
volatility,
US at the
smoothing
center.
cycles rather than amplifying them. Perhaps the most profound shift is psychological. For decades, Americans have been conditioned to see government
Welcome
as a
to the
cost
future
and
of
the
industry.
economy as something that happens to them.
Advanced
This vision
manufacturing
flips
is
that
now
idea.
fully
It
optimized.
suggests an economy
Welcome
where
to the team.
citizens
We are
are
so glad to
owners,
have you.
not just
Thank
workers,
you. I'm ready to
where
start.
national success directly improves household security. Whether
This
this
is
plan
what it's all
becomes
about.
reality remains
Everyone
uncertain.
together,
Political
celebrating our
resistance, legal
success.
challenges, and global pressures stand in the way. But the ideas themselves reflect a growing realization. The old systems are breaking. Debt cannot grow forever. Inequality cannot widen endlessly. And prosperity cannot survive without participation. The Trump 2026 economy is not just a policy proposal, it is a redefinition of the American social contract, one that asks a bold question. What if the wealth of the nation truly belonged to the people?